What's going on, Commanders fans? Sorry to interrupt your Sunday, but this will be quick. I wasn't going to make a video about this at first, but then I realized my job is to not, break down if the source is reliable, but to give you all the Commanders rumors. Is this true? Is this not? Would this work for the Commanders? Would this not? So we may have had a Terry McLaurin contract reveal yesterday. Now, I don't know if this guy his name's Ricky, on X. I don't know if he's just following along and piggybanking off that Adam Schefter was at practice yesterday, that Terry McLaurin was activated off the PUP list yesterday. I don't know that, but people have said this dude is breaking a lot of news before. So we'll see. We're going to dive into him a little bit, but pause. But make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. On the road to 2,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without you. About 100 away. Hit that notification bell as well. So let's read what Ricky_Scoops on X said about the Terry McLaurin situation. He said, spooky season is coming. Terry McLaurin will be getting a new deal from the Commanders worth $30 million per year, and the extension should be completed before the season as details are still being finalized. A new deal for Scary Terry is coming. Now, Ricky did break the DK news early, and he did break the George Pickens news early. Both of those guys were traded, so he broke those early. Could he be breaking the Terry McLaurin situation early? Does he have a friend in the business? So, I don't know, but it seems like this guy has some sort of reliance, some sort of credibility. So, I wanted to bring you this news. He says it's $30 million per year. I don't know if this is true. I doubt it's true because he said at the last part of his post, he said hashtag race hail, but then he said hashtag barking news instead of breaking news. And it's like, that really kind of throws me off too. It's like, I don't know if he's trolling, but a lot of the big dogs here on YouTube are going along with this. The category that I want to put myself in one day. Right. But so I thought I should make a video about this. He put barking news in his tweet though. And so I tweeted last night. I was like, dude, I don't think it's real. I still don't think it's real. First off, number one reason I don't think it's real is because I don't think the Commanders are getting up to $30 million per year. I think if they offered Terry $30 million per year, he would have to accept it by now. He would have to have accepted it right now. I think they're around $28 million right now. I do. But if that's true, if it's $30 million, I mean, it's good. You met in the middle and you're going to get things done. I hope it's true because I hope the contract is done. I hope they're just finalizing things right now. But interesting rumor there. I think that I hope this is true because at this point, I just want the contract to be done. I want Terry to be happy. I want Adam Peters to be happy. And if these two both sign, they'll both be happy. So I don't want this situation to be where we get into the season and there's no contract done. That would be pretty bad because I think Terry is not going to be very happy. And I also think that that's going to ruin a lot of things. That's going to really hurt the relationship. I think money will fix this relationship. Now, Jamar Chase held out last year, and he said his chemistry with Joe Burrow was hurt, and they had played through college together. And you think about Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, they played 1 year together last year. You think about their relationship, or their connection, that's definitely hurt by this point. So I need Terry back on the field, but he won't be playing tomorrow night, sadly. He's going to start his ramp-up period, soon, and then once he gets back on the field, everything should be back to normal. Hopefully we have an extension by the time the ramp-up period is done, and there's no more excuses. And this is why I told you guys before, this ankle injury is not, it's not true. It's not reliable. So that's what I was trying to tell you guys there. That's definitely not true. It was never true to begin with. But so don't worry about any injury. I want to see Terry on the field. And I would have loved to see Terry during training camp, but because Trey Amos going against him, like even Marshawn Lattimore, they could use that work. But that's where we're at right now. And Cliff Kingsbury said Friday, he said, like, we need Terry back to see what this offense is. He basically said, like, none of these guys are stepping up. I need Terry McLaurin back at work. You're under contract. I think Terry McLaurin has to be ready and come back now because, yes, at the end of the day, you are under contract. You're under contract, and you can't do anything about that unless you just sit out and lose all that money. But my thoughts on this situation is that Buddy Baker has looked like an absolute joke because The Commanders had Terry McLaurin hold out, hold in, request a trade, and now after all that, there's no extension. They're not going to pay Terry McLaurin ultimately the $33 million that he apparently wants, and he's coming back to practice. So they really made Terry McLaurin and Buddy Baker look like idiots in this situation. Really bad. Adam Peters embarrassed him. But I love my competent GM. I also love my number one wide receiver. So let's not pick sides here as a fan base, but let's share our thoughts on the situation. You can do that in the comment section below. So this Ricky Scoops guy, I hope he's right, because I want the contract to be done. You know, we heard the other day they're still pretty far apart, but it's going to be good for Terry to get back in practice, be back with the teammates, just the chemistry. And I also think that, you know, getting his body prepared is very, very important. And I also think that when Adam Peters is watching him practice, I think that, you know, they're going to get closer and closer to an extension every day. But $30 million, could that be it? Again, I don't think this is real, because I don't think the Commanders are getting up to $30 million. But they could be like, okay, we're just going to do a 2-year extension, and we'll give you $60 million and $30 million per year. Like 2 years, $30 million per year. And you could just do 2 years, $60 million. So, and because remember, they're a very heavy statistic-based group, and so they could say, we only want you for 2 years, we'll pay you the more money, but you're not going to have your future planned out, because the statistics say you're going to slow down. So they could be like that, but we'll see. I mean, I think they're definitely not trading Terry. So I hope this contract is right. I hope this Ricky guy's right. $30 million. Give us that. I hope he's right, but we'll just have to wait and see. We got a lot of NFL news today. A guy named Mechie, a wide receiver on the Texans. I heard about him. He got traded to the Eagles. The Eagles win because they're more aggressive than everybody else. Trey Hendrickson, they're listening to offers. Do the Commanders have anything there? Should the Commanders look at a trade for Terry McLaurin and probably a second or first round pick for just straight up Trey Hendrickson? Should they look at that? I don't think they will, but just to bring that up, because that happened today. So, but Terry McLaurin, is it going to be $30 million? I just don't think they get up to $30 million, but this Ricky guy has broken a lot of news, so it's hard for me to ignore it. But Terry McLaurin, the most important thing is he has been activated off the PUP list, and there's no more injuries. He has to show up to work. We're going to see Terry McLaurin soon on the football field. We're going to get updates about him in practice. We have 3 weeks left. We have 3 Sundays left until September 7th. I will be at Northwest Stadium, and if I don't see 1-7 out there, I am not going to be happy. But we will see 1-7 out there since he has been activated off the PUP list. He has no reason not to show up, because he will get fined a ton of money, I do believe, if he misses games, because he's under contract. So maybe he just goes out and balls this season, and they say, well, you're under contract, go show me something, and then you'll get your money next year. Maybe he does that, but I thought the Commanders were offering $28 million. If this Ricky guy's right, he says $30 million. They're finalizing stuff. There's a lot of different ways this could go. I think the biggest holdup here is his age. I think a Terry McLaurin contract extension is definitely looming. I think we're getting close to something getting done. I think we are getting very close to something here. So keep your eyes out for this channel. Keep your eyes out for any news. I think we're getting very close to a Terry McLaurin extension. And I certainly hope, right? Jeremy Fowler, he's one of the biggest insiders here. Breaking news for the Commanders, breaking news for this team on the Terry McLaurin situation. He said multiple times he thinks it's very hard to see the team going into the season without a Terry McLaurin extension. He said it would be hard for them to do. So let's get an extension done quick, soon, urgency. And let's move into the season and kick the New York Giants' butt. Let's do that. So I just wanted to bring you guys this rumor here. I'll read this statement again before we go here. Ricky on X, he says, spooky season is coming. Terry McLaurin will be getting a new deal from the Commanders worth $30 million per year, and the extension should be completed before the season. as details are still being finalized. A new deal for Scary Terry is coming. He's broken a lot of news. What if this guy is right? I don't know, but I will see you guys in the next video. That's going to do it for me. Just a quick one. We'll be back with the watch party tonight versus the Bengals. Terry McLaurin contract, is it coming? Has it been leaked? We'll see.